2K Sports and the PGA Tour, proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Shriners Hospitals for Children Open is about to start. Back with my old mate Rich Beam here at TPC Summerlin. I'm Luke Elvey. Rich, this opening hole, take us through it.
A simple little opening hole, just 409 yards. Players want to avoid that fairway bunker down the right-hand side, so they'll go off this tee with maybe a 3-wood or even a 2-iron. No need for the driver. Driver brings the second shot in a little bit too close. They can tuck this pin over the left-hand side and make it very challenging, but all in all, a good birdie opportunity.
This is an exciting one, Rich. Let's get into the action. Bit disappointing, that one. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
He's got, I'd say, a solid 145 here.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I didn't think they'd be able to hit that from that lie.
Putting for birdie. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
It's a lot slower going up the hill than what this player read.
And this one is for his par. Starting the round at even par.
Very nice par indeed. Very solid hole played.
The second at TPC Summerlin is a par 4 measuring 469 yards from the back tee. It plays slightly downhill, so a strong drive here will set up even just a short iron approach. However, there's a huge waste area to the right, so accuracy off the tee is required. The smart option here is to lay back with a 3-metal and give yourself a full shot in, and also take one club less into this green as it will release down the slope. From around 180 yards out.
Wind moving the golf ball left to right.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
Wind got that one and took it wayward.
That's a touch of class.
Love watching this player around the greens.
And that par ensures he'll stay right there at even par. The third hole at TPC Summerlin is a very strong par 4 measuring 492 yards. There's a huge ravine that works right up through the middle of this. It requires a very strong drive up the right half to go at this green in 2. There is a big fairway to the left if you want to tuck over and get up and down for your par that way. Nicely done. John, you're down there. What's happening?
Hey guys, we are checking in with Tiger Woods as he gets set for his next shot here on the 6th.
Oh, that one's straight at the pipe. And that shot goes in. That'll be a birdie. And that'll be a big boost to his standings on the leaderboard. The third hole at TPC Summerlin has been converted from a par 5 down to a 4, Rich, which makes his second shot much tougher.
Second shot across the ravine to a green that's surrounded by bunkers. Should you find the green in 2, 2 putts from there will be just fine. But watch out, big numbers abound should you start missing this green out to the right.
Not a bad approach, that one, up onto the green. A couple of putts from there, and that'll be a pretty good hole. Now, long-range putt coming up here. It'd be good to make a bomb, wouldn't it?
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Was on a good line. Didn't quite have the right stuff there. A par putt awaits. Our work here is done. Let's head to the next hole. So no movement there. He stays at even with the card. The fourth at TPC Summerlin is a pretty straightaway par 4 measuring 450 yards from the back tees. The fairway bunkers down the left and right are to be avoided. Really, not much to this hole. Just be accurate on approach. Oh, that was pure. Rich, this player is definitely not on the top of many people's favourites to win. How do you see them faring here today?
The PGA Tour is full of underdogs that can flat out play, Luke. This is just another one of those scenarios. This player is someone to watch.
Yeah, that was a safe play. Chance to get one under the card with this putt. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole.
Well, I think they fell in love with the line, forgot about the pace.
And our intrepid on-course reporter, John, standing by.
Hey guys, we are checking in down here with Justin Rose as he gets...
And there it goes from the sand. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. The fifth at TPC Summerlin is a par 3 measuring 197 yards. Depending on where they put the tees on this hole ensures the type of club you need to get at it. If you're going at it, make sure you avoid that bunker that's short and right. And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
Oh, the wind wreaks havoc with another golf ball.
They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. How close was that to going in the hole? Great shot. This putt is about 15 feet to the hole.
This is huge for momentum. Gotta try and hold this. This for par.
And there it is. Our current leader is enjoying a one-shot lead. The sixth at TPC Summerlin is a snaking par 4, playing 430 yards. There's a big waste area up to the left-hand side that needs to be avoided. If you can position your drive on the right half of this fairway, it gives you the best shot up the hill to a green that is not protected by any bunkers.
That's a chunky lie. It's going to take all their talents to get out of this one.
Going with the 7.
That's a tad wayward. Not quite finding the surface.
When you come out of the rough, your distance control gets off.
Well, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
Right over the spot they were looking at.
That gets the job done.
Well, it's time to head back down to the fairways. John, what's up, mate?
Hey guys, we are checking in with John Rahm as he gets set for his next shot here on the 16th.
Time for the 5th shot. Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me?
Tough bunker shot, no bother whatsoever for this player. They find the bottom of the cup.
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. The leader now has a one-stroke advantage. The 7th at TPC Summerlin is a short par 4 measuring just 382 yards off the tips. Really, you just want to avoid the trees on the left-hand side because that will prevent you getting at the green, which is well guarded by bunkers and trees. Lay up, short right, a nice little wedge in here, and try and make a birdie. Might get caught up in the brush here. Sometimes you hit some good ones, sometimes you hit some bad ones. The great Severano Ballesteros inspired an entire generation of European golfers, particularly his own Spanish golfers, and I feel that we might even have the best Spanish golfer of all time in Jon Rahm, Rich.
I absolutely agree with that. I believe in the game right now, Luke, that if there's one player that all others are fearful of when they get on top of the leaderboard, I think Jon Rahm's name would be number one, because he seemingly has zero weaknesses. I can't find a single one. I look at his game and it is so complete, you just get envious of it, don't you? Because it is so good everywhere. Off the tee, iron play, the short game, the mentality, the vision, the imagination. He's got every single tool that you could possibly want in this game. He is by far, I believe, the most complete player in our game today.
Yeah, it certainly feels like we're in the Jon Rahm era right now. Oh, almost went in.
This putt, a chance to move inside the top 20 on the leaderboard.
This is tracking right into the front of this cup.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one.
And makes it for the bogey.
Now 5 strokes behind. The 8th at TPC Summerlin is a big par 3 playing 239 from the tips. A well-struck shot will avoid the gully here, but anything to the left half can roll off the green. The bunker short rider also to be avoided, so you don't make a sloppy bogey. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Yes, anytime you can find the green and have a putt, you'll take it.
Outside chance here for the birdie.
What's in front of them, Henny?
He's got to be careful this doesn't get away from him here. This is downhill.
That is hunting for the hole. That's disappointing.
It's downhill the entire way, and yet inexplicably comes up short.
Well, good move there. Anything north on the leaderboard's always pleasant. The ninth at TPC Summerlin is a par 5 measuring over 563 yards. Really, the main aim here is to just avoid that bunker off the left of the tee. Then, if safely in the fairway, you can get after this green. A strong shot will play to the left half of this green and feed down to any hole location. A birdie chance, no doubt. Looks like they put a good swing on that one. That should find the short stuff. Rich, I know you love being here in Vegas, perhaps for different reasons than watching the golf tournament, but while we're here at the tournament, tell me a bit more about Shriners' impact on the game and this entire region.
Luke, I fail to see what you mean by that. I think Vegas is a very nice, wholesome city that I do enjoy coming to visit. But the golf course is fantastic. It's held at TPC Summerlin every single year, and it used to be the venue where they had the last round, but now every round is here. And I think the players enjoy that. I think they like being at the same golf course each and every day. They get a feel for it, and I think that's why the scores historically year in, year out are so much lower than they were in the past. I think it's a really good opportunity to go out there and make a ton of birdies, but that's not the easiest thing to do, is it? Getting comfortable making 7, 8, 9 birdies around. Some players don't have that comfort zone, and so I'm always interested to see the players that get into that zone each and every day and are making that many birdies to see if they can sustain it for 4 straight days.
Now just 1 over par. This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Ooh. And this one will be for double bogey. Currently at +3 for the round.
Moving down the leaderboard, Luke, never a good thing.
The 10th at TPC Summerlin is the beginning hole of a back 9 that has many challenges and also a lot of fun holes. Not overly long at 420 yards. You're just trying to avoid any trouble off the tee so you can get a clear shot at this green. A chance to begin the back 9 with a birdie. That's heading for the fairway. Time for the second shot at the 10th. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Well, I hope you pack the bucket and spade because you're heading to the sand.
That's not the shot they're after.
Not taking enough club to get it there. John, give us an update. What's shaking?
Hey guys, we are checking in down here with Justin Rose as he gets set for his next shot here on the 14th.
Yeah, that's a common fault in putting. Pulled it slightly. Well, there's the lie in the green side bunker. Can they get this one up and down?
Not your best effort, still a mid-range putt coming up. He has this putt to save his par. just didn't drop. It's just about 3 feet away.
And putt is underway.
Well, at least it wasn't a double. Trailing by 7 after that hole. Placement off the tee is required at the TPC Summerlin 11th hole, par 4, measuring 448 yards. The big bunker down the right side is to be avoided at all costs. And there's also a little tree there which might affect any line of sight approach this green. Well played, mate. Let's head over to the 14th hole. Here's Tiger Woods. Oh, that's a ripper. And that will take him to 2 under. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 145 yards.
Going with the 9-iron, I think. That's not the outcome they were after.
And coming up well short.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. That's a touch of class. Terrific little chip.
Yes, very smooth tempo there on that chip.
So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. The 12th here at Summerlin is another short par 4. 442 yards off the tips, but plays slightly downhill and leaves just a short iron approach. The only real danger here is the big body of water that starts around 150 yards short and goes right up past the green. Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game and again to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
Sitting at 4 over for the day. The 13th at TPC Summerlin is a monster par 5 measuring over 600 yards from the back tees. the big hitters with a tail breeze can cover that bunker on the left-hand side. But if you want to lay up, make sure you've given yourself the right number, because there's a lot to this green and plenty of ways to three-putt it. Be careful on approach. That's an awful error. Time for the second shot here at the 13th. Well, that was a good strike. Getting ready to play their third.
The breeze is moving left to right up there.
Not a bad shot, that. Still a chance. Well, this would be a big birdie here. A good putt to make. That'll sting a bit.
Downhill putt there. Luke just misjudged the pace there. Didn't want to be too bold with it.
Time to take a look at some of the action from elsewhere on the course.
I got to say, his short game is one of the best in the game.
Well, that's high quality. I'm sure they were aiming for it, but for it to go in, that's awesome. Our leader is a couple of shots up at this stage. The 14th at TPC Summerlin is a straightaway par 3 playing 168 yards. The green slopes right to left, so make sure you've got the right length of club so you're not left with a long putt. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. That's out to the right for sure.
That's disappointing.
Wind is absolutely swirling in this part of the golf course.
Let's take another look at Tiger from earlier. Lining up for his second. Nicely holed. Lining up from the sand now. Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
15 feet out. He's been staring this one down. This for par.
This one's looking good.
That's disappointing. It failed to reach the cup.
Tell you what, watch out. This guy's going to be on full tilt here shortly.
Sitting at +5 for the day. The 15th at TPC Sutherland is a great short par 4. In fact, a lot will try and drive it in the tournament. If you want to lay it back, you've got around about 115 yards uphill to a green where you can't see those back hole locations. However, a good aggressive play here must avoid the pot bunkers around the greens or the big waste area to the left. A chance to make a birdie here or even an eagle. Good looking shot this. Wow, Rich. That's impressive.
Oh, how about that shot? Taking out the big stick and going ahead and knocking her on. Love it.
That was a gallant attempt.
Well, that's a bit disappointing. That's a good way to bounce back from the drop shot at the last hole.
Our current leader is up by 3 shots. The 16th at TPC Summerlin is another one of those great scoring holes en route to the finish. A par 5 playing 560 yards. A well-struck drive up the right half here gives you a chance to get at this green in 2. If you are going for the green, make sure you got enough club, because that huge penalty area in front of it will ruin any score. Be careful going through the green here as well, because getting down from over the back is not that easy. Oh, absolutely flushed. The 16th hole at TPC Summerlin is the final par 5 on the course, Rich, and one the players can reach in 2.
Obviously, no hope leaving it short with your second shot in the water at 16. So most players bailing out, hitting it just over this green. If they draw a decent lie, they can chip it close, make birdie. However, not so easy. There's a couple of low areas and greenside bunkers to deal with along of this green.
Going with a 3-wood here.
All right, he's going with a little extra club, gone against the caddy here. Let's see if it was the right shout.
Well, it looks like they tried to be bold there, Rich, but it didn't quite work out for them.
And missing it long with that approach, not a good leave.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Firm, back, up the hill. This will be a good one.
That did everything but drop. And now at +4 for the round. The 17th at TPC Summerlin is a downhill par 3 playing 196 yards. Jonathan Bird once famously holed out in the playoff here to snatch the title. The green shapes right to left towards the hazard, so make sure if you're going to go for it, be very accurate. Wow, what happened there?
Oh, look at that. The wind just wreaking havoc with that shot. Disappointing.
And this putt coming up for his par. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread.
Can't believe he did that. That drives you bonkers as a player.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. The 18th at TPC Summerlin is a 444-yard par 4 with a big body of water just beyond the gully, which you've got to drive. Make sure you avoid those bunkers on the right side to give you a good iron into this green. Now this one looks to be heading down the runway. And Henny, what's he looking at here?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
And choosing the 8-iron here.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
This putt for a final score of 75. Okay, steady now. Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice... He's got a par putt here. Let's see if he can make it. Well, Rich, I think it's fair to say that this player struggled with their game this week.
Luke, not the performance they were looking for this week, but I got to say, there is some really good stuff in there that I like. It was really fun to watch.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.